the Luxmama Club and ParentPrep asbl. This is our second video interview in the series we're creating for our awareness campaign, Have a Choice to Have a Doula. Who is the Luxmama Club? The Luxmama Club is a non-profit organization raising awareness for green, natural and holistic parenting alternatives, birth rights and perinatal mood disorders. How we do that is by social events to expecting and new parents in Luxembourg for peer-to-peer support, and also a range of parent prep activities, weekly classes, holistically minded educational workshops, and also discussion groups. You'll also find our community grouped on Facebook and on Meetup. And at the moment, we're working on our first awareness pillar, birth rights, or better explained as human rights in childbirth. And as part of that, we have launched our campaign, Have a Choice to Have a Doula. And the aim of this campaign is to raise awareness at the level of consumers and care providers of both the proven benefits of doula support as well as parents' rights in obtaining this type of support. Now, doula support is definitely not a replacement for medical care, and if well understood, it's a wonderful complementary service to the existing medical care. Continuous professional support during labor has been studied more than any other intervention used in the hospitals currently, and we have seen it has gained ground globally, both because of the proven benefits we see. It improves birth outcomes as well as an increase in the satisfaction that families experience from having doula support during labor. And this is for any birth setting or any mode of birth as well. But in Luxembourg, it's still quite unknown among consumers as well as care providers, and this is the goal of our campaign, to peacefully shed light on this aspect. So myself personally, I'm Maurice Hyman. I'm a holistic maternity and sleep coach, and I work with expecting couples from the beginning of pregnancy, providing unbiased education, information and support to assist them in navigating their transition into parenthood. And as a maternity coach, I'm trained to assist expecting couples in choosing the best care providers for them that will work towards their specific individual goals. And these care providers may be midwives, obstetricians, and of course also doulas. Now, through experience with my own clients, I was surprised at the barriers parents face when they choose to have doula support. And as a society, this is simply not the experience we want expecting couples to undergo, especially in obtaining support that is so well backed by countless studies. I believe it is our responsibility as a community to raise awareness about doula support during labor and to do whatever we can to remove these barriers for expecting families so that they can create the birth experiences that they deserve as human beings. We now know that birth creates lifelong consequences for individuals and society at large, and we simply have to respect it if we want to help create a more peaceful world. So in our previous video interview, Meet the Doula interview, we interviewed Erin Botry here with us today, and you can hop onto our website if you missed that interview, luxmamaclub.com/doula, choice to have a doula/interviews. And so Erin is a childbirth educator and experienced birth doula from Canada, and she's now part of the Luxmama Club team of volunteers and teachers. Erin, welcome today.
Thank you so much, Maurice. I'm really happy to be here, and I'm really excited to hear from our special guest today about her training as a doula here in Europe, whereas I've experienced my training in Canada. So I'm really excited to hear what we have to say today.
And then also with us, we have Leen, another birth doula here in Luxembourg. Thank you, Leen, for agreeing to meet with us today, and we are very excited for you to share more about your passion working as a doula. Can you tell our viewers a little bit more about yourself?
Of course. Hello, Maurice. Hello, Erin. I'm excited too to be here with you and to meet with you viewers. In fact, yes, I have had a life-changing experience when I was pregnant with my daughter, who is 3 now, and it made me think about how I wanted my child to be born here in Luxembourg, and how I encountered a little bit of yes, barriers, as you said earlier, Maurice, concerning my wishes, my yes, what I in fact had as a birth plan, you could say it like that, and searching for the right caregiver and for the right or the best setting for me made me realize that there are things missing in my opinion here in Luxembourg, and that's how I came to think and reflect on that, and said, okay, I would like to do something about that, and giving it a lot of reflection and a lot of thinking, I came across the doula thing, in fact, because I did not know what it was. And that's how I was looking for, how can I become a doula? Because, as you said, and we will talk about it, the benefits of it are enormous, are tremendous. So I was just astonished that it didn't really exist. I didn't came across it during my pregnancy and birth, and that's why I said, okay, I would like to become a doula, just to get the change coming in to Luxembourg. So voilà, that's how I started 2.5 years ago in Belgium, in fact, where I went to the Flemish Doula Federation, Vlaamse Organisatie van Doulas, who is providing the study. It's more or less 2 years to become a doula. There is a theoretical side, and there is a practical side, of course.
So how do you think families of Luxembourg can benefit from the support that birth doulas are able to offer?
How can they benefit? By documenting, by looking for information, by educating themselves about what the difference would be giving birth on their own, let's say, in the setting, in the medicalized setting, or accompanied by an independent doula, which is not part of the social environment of the parents or the future parents. How could they benefit of it? Well, we have to know that being completely and throughout the whole process of labor and birth, accompanied by someone who is there at your side, completely devoted to what are your wishes and what is your view on how you want this birth, and advocating for you, for your wishes, in fact, on the moment where you don't have the strength or the power, you just you're not into it, gives you so much more chances to get your baby into the world in a natural or in a soft way, because natural is not always possible, but in a soft way where you can have, as a mother and as a father or partner as well, a nice birth experience on which you can look back as being harmonious.
Yes.
I think that is
and more respectful and compassionate. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's true.
So currently in Luxembourg, Leen, doulas are underutilized mainly because consumers and both care providers are not aware of it. How do you think we can make more people aware of this, that this type of support actually exists in Luxembourg?
Well, by having these initiatives like you have with the Luxmama Club, but as well as raising the awareness, talking about it, having the experience, and sharing the experience around you, not being shy or afraid to talk about the benefits or the positive sides of having had this doula and having had this positive birth experience.
Yes.
So sharing about it, speaking about it, I think is very much important, and not being afraid of speaking about it, or opening up the conversation with your care provider.
Yes.
Because
That's a big
it's
one.
not something that is so natural. It's not your regular doctor or your gynecologist or obstetrician that will come up with the idea. It has to come from the patient or from the client.
Exactly.
So I think thinking about it yourself and making the pros and the cons and having really your idea of how you would like your birth is how you can get it up or open up the conversation with your care provider.
Yes.
It's always very important to have respectful conversations
Yes.
and shed light on all the benefits, as you mentioned.
Yes.
So more than 6,000 babies are born here in Luxembourg every year, and once this has become, you know, more well known, the support of doulas is something people are requesting. And also for our viewers, if you are interested in becoming a doula or interested in any of the certification bodies that exist here in Europe, we've listed it on our website, the Luxmama Club, Hire or Become a Doula. So Leen, what can you tell us about the training and certification process that exists in Europe, or specifically Belgium, where you've done your studies? Because we really will need more doulas eventually.
We will, and we all hope so.
Yes, of course.
So this is a warm demand. No, of course. In Belgium, you have, in fact, 2 organizations offering a certification program, which is not on distance or which is not, let's say, online. So you have to go to Belgium. You have one on the Flemish side and you have one on the Walloon side. They're much alike. So you have a whole preparation, a reading, a pile of books you have to go through to prepare, in fact, that's the theoretical side. And then afterwards comes, of course, the practical side. But that's Belgium. You also have a lot of organizations in the Netherlands. But then again, as Luxmama states on the website, you have a lot of internet providing or internet sites providing certification programs, which are very well known. The DONA is a very worldwide known. But it all depends on where, I think, how your current profession, how your current professional life is now, family life. If you have time to travel to go to your to the certification program and to the organization, or if you prefer just to do it on your own time, in the confidence and the comfort of your home, I think then it is best to go to an internet-provided certification program. But it's worthwhile. It's really, it's even, as birth is, it's life-changing.
Yes, exactly. So at the Luxmama Club on our website, luxmamaclub.com/choice to have a doula, we've put together a lot of information for you as viewers to go back and there you will find, first of all, more explanation on exactly what doulas are, what they do and what they don't do, which is also very important. And then also the benefits of having birth doula support, fully referenced to the studies. So you are more than welcome to read through that, and so that you are prepared for the conversation with your care provider. Then also we have more information on our campaign and exactly what steps we are planning, why the need for awareness, the legal background, also very important, pertaining to your rights, and also how you can help, because we cannot do this alone. We need the help of members of the community to help us spread this awareness. And then also we have a section on the interviews, Meet the Doulas, series of interviews we are doing where you are meeting the doulas. And then also, other than video interviews, we also do articles. We had a doula from parents that had doulas here in Luxembourg to share their experiences, so watch out for those. And then we also have a section, More Doula Love, where we will be interviewing other professionals, not necessarily all in Luxembourg, but all over the world, to share their experiences. And then also you will find a section, how to sponsor or support our campaign, which is very important because we are a self-funded organization, not connected to any to the government or to hospitals so that we can remain independent. And so we are really relying on your support to help the financial aspects of our campaign. And then also you will find under the section Hire or Become a Doula, you'll find a listing of the organizations that we just mentioned, where you can become a doula, that you can investigate there. And then also, which we're very excited about, in the section Hire a Doula, we will include a directory of all the doulas in Luxembourg, as well as a summary of how the various birth settings that's available, how this can influence your choice or the amount of respect you will receive towards your decision to enjoy doula support. And then, so according to that, you can then make more informed decisions where you would like to have your care provider come from. Then lastly, here we will soon release guidance that families literally can download, a step-by-step guide how to hire a doula. And this will include a take-along sheet, interview sheet that you can use in the interview when you interview the different doulas, but also, very importantly, a take-along discussion sheet that you can print out and take along to the conversation with your care provider, and this will help the conversation to go smoother or easier. Now, in short, Leen, we know that from a legal and a human rights perspective, number one, there's nothing in Luxembourg law that says women or families are not allowed, it's forbidden to have doula support. There's nothing like that. And number two, Article 8 of the EU Convention on Human Rights includes the right to respect for your private and family life. And through courts, through different court cases over the years, they have observed that this right to private life, private and family life, it explicitly includes choosing the conditions surrounding birth. And this, of course, includes choosing your own birth companions, making that choice yourself. So, Leen, if it's a family's wish to have a birth doula attend their birth here in Luxembourg at a hospital, how would you suggest they go about that?
Yes, in fact, I think it all comes down to the families, the future parents, to get the conversation, to start the conversation with their care provider. I think that the question has to come from them, and then see, in a respectful way, of course, as you mentioned, what the reaction of that care provider is. He or she can maybe not know what a doula is and what she would do, or it could be a he,
Yes.
what the benefits, in fact, would be, what she would do and will not do specifically. It's very important to say that as well. And then just to get the conversation going, and you never know, you might be surprised in the one way or in the other way, how how open or not the care provider is. But I think it has to start with the family, with the patient, if you can say it like that, with the client itself. And then knowing your rights is very important. Knowing the options you have is, well, yes, it's primordial. I mean, it's the basis, and knowing that if this is really the plan you would like, if that is the dream birth you would love, or you dream of, then why not, if you really encounter a big no without any maybe explanation, without flexibility, why not think of changing care providers? Exactly. Even when you're well advanced in pregnancy, it's always possible to change care providers, because in fact it's you who are making the choice, and it's you who are birthing the child.
Exactly. And there are care providers and birth settings and facilities that are more open towards it already.
Yes. Erin and I, we have already had these birth experiences as doula, so as an birth coach, if you can say it like that. So being an external person accompanying the couple having their child in a hospital setting here in Luxembourg, it is possible. It's just important that it is all discussed through before, and that the care provider and the setting is well aware of that there will be a second or a third or a fourth person in the room during the whole process, just that they are informed. I think that's a way of respecting them as well as being the professionals, and knowing that we will never make any medical act. We will never do anything.
Yeah, that's not your role.
Medical.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
And that's really important, I think, to mention as well, because the scope of practice of a doula should never interfere with what's happening medically. It's literally just a supportive role. Exactly. And that's, I think, where the understanding is lacking, simply because the role is not understood completely. And as people make these requests and are starting to request to have this kind of support, you know, it's going to become more and more popular. So what do you think has to happen in Luxembourg maternity care? How do you foresee the future of maternity care here in Luxembourg?
Very difficult to say, Erin. You never can predict what will come. We can only say what we would wish for as being the independent and external care provider, but non-medical. I think we could all hope that the surroundings, the settings open up a little bit more, give people the choice of, I would love to be accompanied by a doula, another midwife. It all depends on what they would like. And that choice would be possible, that it would be respected and accepted. I think opening up for the future, giving the different paths, depending on how you are, on what your situation is. Every pregnancy is unique, every couple is unique, every birth is unique. You cannot say how things are going to go, but having this possibility to have a respectful choice, and that it will be accepted, and that we can go along with that choice, and that we can provide the best setting the future parents want. I would only hope that would be the future. Why do I say this? Is because if you look at the surrounding and other countries, you're from Canada, and even in the United States, but if we look in Europe, Belgium, Germany, the Netherlands, Scandinavian countries are
Great
countries
examples.
who are having this multi-optional ways of settings. Luxembourg is at this moment very much focused on the obstetrical way of birthing, but opening up and empowering a bit more the midwives. So the other medical care providers that were very professional would create a more continuous care model, and that would be lovely. Because if you just compare to these other countries, statistics and even just stories of experiences have shown since long years now that having the choice
is what society needs.
Exactly.
Yes.
Is giving the relief of, okay, that's not a stress point anymore. We can have it our way, if that is possible, because you never know how it turns out. But getting the practitioners, the caregivers, get along with your choice, and that is such a beautiful and marvelous thing if that would be possible. So let's hope it could go that way.
Exactly. And I think it's becoming more in the public eye now, now that human rights in childbirth in the last 4 years have really come to the forefront and is gaining ground globally as well. And what you've just spoken about is basically a universal human right in childbirth, universally, which has the goal of providing all the full range of choices that could be available in birth, Why? Because it's a person's human right to have all those choices available so that you can express fully your individual experience in birth,
Yes.
because birth is such an individual experience. And that is what it comes down to. That would be amazing to see it open up a bit more here in Luxembourg. Now, Leen, to finish off the interview, we have a famous last question we ask everybody. So let's imagine all the unborn babies of the current and future expecting families here in Luxembourg. They are all with us here today, and they have a collective voice. What would you think they would have to say about all this?
Oh, wow. I think they would like to say that try to give our parents or our future parents the choice of having the birth experience they want, so that I'm the baby now.
We got
so that I can get the best birth that I deserve, and that my parents can look back at it as being a natural, wonderful, life-changing experience.
Exactly.
So give them the chance to have that opportunity.
Exactly.
I think
that's wonderful. So thank you, Erin and Leen. Thank you for joining us today. It was great talking with you. And thank you for our viewers for watching. Keep an eye out for future interviews, for future videos that we will soon be releasing. And please help us by commenting and sharing, so that we can help spread the message and spread the awareness more. Have a wonderful day and see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.